Hello, and welcome to A Crafter's Crazy Obsessions. I'm Mauricia. I'm coming to you from my small town here in Northwest Arkansas, where I live with my family, our two dogs, Baron and Duke, and our bearded dragon, Sir Skellington. This is a channel primarily about cross-stitch, but with a little sprinkling in of any of the other crafts that I partake in. You can find me on Instagram, and it's all linked down below. It has been roughly 3 weeks, if not more. It is currently December the 15th, and I got sick right after Thanksgiving here in the United States. So I was sick for about a week, and then trying to get caught back up on work and all the other things that I have to do, I wasn't able to upload a video, and I didn't have the wherewithal to upload a video. So we are back with Flosstube number 4. Welcome back to those who are returning, and hello and welcome to those who are new. So in the last 3 weeks, I have done quite a bit. Not quite a bit. I have 2 finishes. I have 2 whips, and we are going to be talking about my plans for the rest of this month. So let's just get right into it. The first finish is Gaia, Mother of Earth by Quarterin Creations. I stitched this on 14 count Honeydew by Forbidden Fiber Co. I used 3 strands of Dinky Dye in the blue Groper colorway. And as I mentioned in the last video, I had to edit how I finished her off because I pre-cut my fabric, not thinking ahead of time that I needed to measure it twice before cutting. So this is her finished. Next year, I plan on remaking her and actually completely finishing her. But this was just, I wanted something in the skirt, so I found a motif that I really liked, and as well as right in here, I just did some motifs, and that is just how she turned out. I'm really happy with her. I'm going to frame her, and then when I get another one, when I actually do her completely, one will be framed somewhere and the other one will be framed somewhere else. I don't know. But I was really happy to get this done. I got this done on Thanksgiving Day, which was when the Flosstube number 3 came out. So there is that. Then this one was actually supposed to be one that I just worked on. But it turned out that I just couldn't help myself, and I finished the Briar. So I did finish the Briar. This is by Sprouting Lupine. As I mentioned, ever since I started this, it was, I did a color conversion, and I'm going to put a photo of where this was last time you seen it. And I just got her done. I got her done. Oh my goodness. I got this done on I finished it December the 10th. And I was super excited. I was like, yes, I got something done. This will be framed at some point. I used 14 count parchment by Forbidden Fiber Co. I did 2 strands over one, and I believe no, I know that I used all Forbidden Fiber Co. threads. There was a limited edition threads from Starlight Stitchery when they did the Fairy Tales pattern box. And that's it on that one. So I finished it within a year of starting it. I started it January the 21st of this year, and I finished it on December the 10th. So I'm super excited to have at least that was the commemorative piece for going back to work after having to take 6 months off, and starting a new job and everything. So there's that. Then a project that I said I was gonna try to get more worked on. I did, but I only got like 5 stitches done on it. And that is the Spooky Birthday Cupcake Jack-o'-lantern by the Witchy Stitcher. This is where I'm at. I don't have a photo of where I was. I just really just did 5 stitches. But I did work on it. My light went out that I have right here on my desk. It went out. And instead of just grabbing one of my tall lights, one that I keep by my bed and stuff, I just decided to, because this is dark fabric and my room gets dark pretty quickly when the sun is not shining through like it is currently. So I was like, I'm just going to do the 5 stitches and then just hold off and work on it some more later on. But that's where I got to on this one. It did get worked on. It just didn't get as much as I thought I would get done. So now, this is going to be a short one, a really short one. Then I had plans. This is where me getting sick kind of threw me for a loop. For the 12 days of leading up to Christmas, I thought I would pull out and work on the Nightmare Before Christmas piece, which is a pirated piece, and that I didn't know, and I wish places like Amazon took a more proactive approach before allowing somebody to steal somebody else's work. When it comes to books, art stuff. So, anyways, I've been working on this for the last 2 days. I don't have a photo of where this is. This is a stamped piece, so I don't know if you can tell what I've worked on, but I color completed this right here, and I'm currently working on Oogie Boogie. And I'm just gonna fold this up so you can get a little better. So the plan is, I decided I got tired of trying to color complete and do cross country. So what I've decided is I'm going to try to complete a square. So it's 10 by 10. And just continue on by just taking the colors that are needed and finishing it like those colors. For each square. So like this one, I'm going to try to finish all the other colors that are here in this square, and then I will move on to the next square, and so on and so forth. I have like no hardcore set goals for this right now. It's just I want to work on it every day for the next 10 days. And then on Christmas Day, I'll be, whatever's done is done, and I'm not going to work on it anymore for the rest of the year. But that is where I'm at on this one. And that leads us to the plans for the rest of December. Aside from working on Nightmare Before Christmas, I would love to see at least one more of my birthday starts finished. I'm not 100% sure what those will entail, which one I will choose, but I am thinking real seriously about which one I want to work on. And I'm leaning towards To Love a Beast and maybe something else. I'm also going to be doing some sewing and um, crocheting. I have a couple of Christmas presents I need to whip out, and I need to sew those, and I need to make some project bags for next year's plans. And I will actually talk about that later in future videos that you will see towards the end of the year. My whip parade, I'm hoping to do on the 2nd of January. It may be earlier than that, but my plans for 2026 will happen pretty quickly. I may, and my finish parade will happen pretty much because there's not that many finishes. And I'm not talking fully finishes because I haven't had time to fully finish anything. So I think that, and then on the 2nd, there will probably be a full recap of December, um, and what I've completed in the month of December. So you'll get to see some things like that. And then next year, I'm hoping to be more steady with how I do my videos, where it's like once a month I'm actually working on it. I'm also thinking of creating, like, also on this channel when I do sewing, and just talk about my sewing. Um, and nobody has to watch that if they don't want to. So there are plans in the works of what I want to do for the next couple of weeks of December. I have no idea if I'm going to be what all I'm going to have done just yet. I have a couple of plans, a couple of things that I'm doing next year, so I will talk about that next year or in a couple of weeks. I don't know. I'm just rambling now. So this is a quick one. Thank you for coming, and until next time, remember to take some time to spend with those you love and to do what you love. Bye.